Curious to see what Leo season has in store for you? Well, keep watching, guys. We are going to use the power of the tarot to figure that out. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't met me yet, I'm Leesa. I'm a certified tarot consultant whose goal is to help you leverage the power of the tarot to gain insights into your life and in general make your life amazing. And on this channel, I do Tarotscope readings like this one. I do pick a card readings, guided meditations, and a number of other tarot related videos. So if you're new, be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss next month's reading, and you can see when other videos are coming out. So would love to have you here. So if you are new to my Tarotscope readings, welcome. And if you found us, this reading is definitely for you. So I have two parts to this video, guys. In the first part, I will discuss what we can all expect during Leo season. And then I will pull a card for each zodiac sign. And this is going to indicate the general energies during the season of Leo for each individual sign. In the second part of the video, we will do a brief oracle card reading for all of the oracle signs, all of the zodiac signs, and then you will get to use your intuition to help narrow the focus of that. Okay, so while I'm getting ready, let's discuss what Leo season is all about and what type of energy we can expect to find during that season. So in terms of astrology, Leo season runs approximately July 23rd to August 22nd of every year. So it is a fixed sign. It is a fire sign. And I know for me, in my little section of the United States, I live in Virginia, it certainly is that. I feel like the sun is here and the heat is here and it is not going away. So I don't know what it's like where you live. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, obviously you are experiencing the middle of winter right now, but for me, it is the height of summer. So when we look at Leo, though, as a sign with it being fixed fire, this is a very playful sign. This is a sign and this is an energy that loves to have fun, that loves to be in the spotlight. Goodness, the car's just jumping all over the place today. And one thing that I think about when I think about fixed fire actually is a little bit like a candle, right? That idea that you have this flame, it just keeps going. It needs something to consume though. So that's one of those things about Leo season is something to keep in mind. What do we have to consume? What needs to be there to burn to continue the energy going forward? There's a lot of energy in Leo season. The question is, where is that coming from for you? So I'm going to get ready here and jump into the different signs. We all experience things a little bit differently though, guys. Your sun and your moon and your rising signs are going to help you understand a bit more about what to expect. So I would suggest that you take a look at all of those signs in this reading so you can slide back and forth along the bottom, and I'll put the timestamps down below, put the chapters in here. But which one should you focus on? So if you have your chart, your rising sign, that would frame your personality. It shows how you interact with the world. Your sun sign is like your internal battery. It shows what drives you. It shows your purpose in life. And your moon sign shows how you perceive and internalize your experiences. So depending on your birth chart, these three signs could be more or less pronounced, but those are kind of the big three. So people generally suggest that you look at those. So it's a great idea to pay attention to all three of those to see which one resonates with you the most, and that will help you over time figure out which one of those really impacts you more. So I'm going to include those timestamps below. Let me know which ones you are following. I myself am a Taurus sun and an Aquarius rising. So Leo season is not necessarily the easiest one for me given the placement of the sun, but I'd love to find out what you are looking at and kind of checking out. So put that down below. But the deck is ready. I'm going to start with the card for Aries. Okay, Aries. Oh, and you have the Hermit card right off the bat. So Aries, when I see the Hermit card, I always get excited when I see the Hermit card, guys. This is my favorite card in the deck. But when I see the Hermit card, especially with this particular card, this particular deck, I'm seeing a time for introspection and time for retreat. Now, Aries, I know maybe not always the one to be introspective or necessarily the one to retreat right away. I know Aries, usually you're kind of gung-ho all the way, but this is giving me a bit of a message for you that says, hey, it's okay to slow down. It's okay to think about things a little bit and look for your own light, see what you have to offer the world. And so depending on whether this is your sun, your rising, or your moon sign, that's going to come through a little bit different with that message, but I'm definitely seeing this idea of introspection, being okay to retreat, being all right to be able to back off and think about things a little bit more internally. Okay, moving on to Taurus. And Taurus, this could be a bit, as I said in the beginning, it could be a bit more challenging. The sun is actually square with this sign, depending on if it's your rising, moon, or your sun sign. It could be potentially a more difficult time, depending on which one of those we're looking at. And I'm seeing the Seven of Pentacles. So actually, guys, this to me is a really excellent sign, an excellent card, because when I see the Seven of Pentacles, I see this idea of waiting, this idea that something has been planted and you're waiting to harvest it. So I get the sense here, guys, that there is something that has been laid down in the past that is getting ready to be harvested, ready to be plucked, off the proverbial tree. So whatever you have laid down in the past, it is there waiting for you. It is there for you to grab. So think about how this is impacting you, whether it's something more internally or externally, of course, is going to depend on which sign you're looking at here, if it's your sun sign or your moon sign or your rising sign. But keep that in mind. Something is there. It is waiting for you to grab it. It's something you had laid down in the past. You've probably been sitting there waiting for it to be harvestable. Okay. All right. Moving on to Gemini. Wow. Another pentacle. All right. So Gemini, taking a look here at the Two of Pentacles, I get a sense that for you, okay, hold on. Okay. So I definitely get the sense, I'm sorry, sometimes I start talking and then it's like another thought kind of jams its way in there. So this is not for everyone, but I definitely see some of you out there. Watch your finances this month. There is something that is going to cause you to have to stretch your budget, and that's never a fun time. So for some of you, I'm definitely seeing a budget stretching Leo season, unfortunately. For many of you, though, this is going to be more about managing those things that you have around you, specifically in terms of resources. That could be time, that could be people around you that are willing to help. It could be money, but I get the sense that you are going to have to do an awful lot of either restructuring or deciding what am I going to do with the resources and the things that I have around me available to me. So that might be something this month you might want to take a look at. How can you do that? Okay. And it could be money, it could be other things, but this is a good time to reevaluate where you are in regards to kind of more tangible things. Okay. Moving on to Cancer. All right. We have our Knight of Wands, but he is reversed. So guys, I'm getting a strong message here that in Cancer, this sometimes I know can be kind of the case for you. I'm getting the sense that, you need to stop kind of mulling things over in your mind. You need to stop planning for something. This is telling me that the time to move is now. So whether this is your rising sign, your sun sign, your moon sign is going to indicate a little bit more about what part of your life we're talking about here. But there is something you've been kind of sitting on. You need to get your butt moving. Leo season is an excellent season for doing that. Wands in this deck represent fire, and so it is saying, hey, now's the time. We want this night to be like this. We don't want him to be flipped. This is a procrastination symbol right here. Don't be that, Cancer. You need to flip that over. So whatever it is that you're holding off on, You need to stop holding off on that and start moving ahead. Okay, now moving on to Leo, and happy birthday, Leos, if this is your sun sign, happy birthday. And for you, we have the Devil reversed. Devil, a lot of people think this can be a really scary card, and I guess sometimes in many decks it is, and it can be, but when you look at the reading of it, it's really not. It doesn't have to be. I am seeing that this season of yours, and whether your moon is in Leo or your sun is in Leo or your rising sign is in Leo, this season is here for you to be able to claim that energy. Remember, I was talking about that fire earlier. It is there for you to harness and be able to grab. What are you going to, what fuel do you have to put towards something? And when I see the Devil reversed, guys, getting to this card, when I see the Devil reversed, I see a huge opportunity for you to take something that has been pulling you down and throw it out. And that is what I'm seeing here with the Devil reversed. The Devil himself upright indicates a lot of those things that drag on you and pull you down. And when you put him on his head, it means it's time for you to chuck those things out the window, get rid of them, and move on. This could be something psychological, especially if your moon is here in Leo, or it could be something more tangible. It could be goals that you have, it could be things you have or people you have around you. But think about what you are dealing with in relation to which planet we're talking about here, if it's your rising sign, and be willing and able to let things go. This is the month to do it. The energy is there for you. Be ready to, like I said, chuck that out. Okay, moving on to Virgo then. 3 of Wands. Oh, okay, Virgo. Some of you, and I say this with all the love in my heart because I understand Virgos quite well. My moon is in Virgo. 3 of Wands. What I'm seeing here, guys, sometimes you have a tendency to mull things over too much or to just look at things to the extreme and do this analysis paralysis type thing, even once something has been set in motion and you are just focused on it more than maybe you should be. I'm getting the message here that if you are mulling over something or have anxiety over something or stressing out over something that is currently in motion, that you are simply waiting for a response to, this is saying don't waste the season waiting and wondering. If you have done everything you could do up to this point, it doesn't do you any more good to sit there and stress out about what the outcome is going to be. It is going to be what it is going to be. If you can't do anything more, you're just going to have to wait. Put your energy towards something else. Don't spend your time now stressing out about it. And that's what I'm seeing there. Okay. Libras. Hierophant reversed. Okay. Libra, I'm getting a message that sort of comes through a bit as a warning. And I have this idea for you that you need to be really careful this month of, and once again, this, if it's your rising sign, I get a sense that it's other people. If it's your sun sign, I get a sense that it's going to be more your goals and your aspirations. If this is your moon sign, this is going to be more related to your internal processing. But I am seeing that there are false friends out there or false ideas out there or false feelings that you need to be really careful of. There is the opportunity for you to get caught up in something, and this is saying don't get caught up in that thing. Watch out for false prophets, I guess, is kind of what I'm hearing with this particular card. So keep that in mind, Libra. Okay, Scorpio. Now the sun is going to be sitting square to either your ascendant, your moon, or your sun. So this could be a bit of a more difficult season for you. And seeing the 4 of Wands. Guys, 4 of Wands upright can be generally a really happy card, but when I see it flipped like this, I'm getting this idea of missed opportunities, especially things that you may have been really looking forward to doing or things that you were hoping to celebrate. I'm seeing those things potentially fall flat. So if you have something big planned for this month and you were hoping to do something, a party, an event, a wedding, if these are things that are external, if it's something where you're hoping to celebrate something internally or with one other person, or something you were just really looking forward to doing, I'm seeing that this may fall flat for you. So I would be very proactive in making sure that you are doing whatever you can do to look for things that may sabotage that for you, and don't let it do so. Or at least make sure you have a really solid plan B so that you can move ahead if those things do fall flat. Okay, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Eight of Wands. And you know, I'm kind of laughing at this a little bit because Sagittarius is also a fire sign, and it's a mutable sign. And of course we have, you know, the Eight of Wands, which to me is just a ton of energy. And I always think about the symbol for Sagittarius is that arrow kind of pointing to the sky. And here we have with all these wands. So I am seeing that this could be a really, really great season, Sagittarians, for you to be able to harness the energy that is around. I mean, look, there's the sun here in this picture. The wands indicate fire. Here's, you know, we talk about fixed fire and that ability to grab that, and it's saying, hey, you know, you have a lot of things in your head or a lot of things moving forward at this point, lots of action, harness that power. This is the season for getting things done. I know we're actually coming out of Cancer season, and a lot of times with Cancer season, at least for me, it can be a little bit of a lazy time of year. Leo needs to be a very active time of year for you, at least this year. That is what I'm seeing here. Harness that power. Do not let it sit there. Do not let it go by without you grabbing hold of that. Okay, Capricorn. Wow, look at all the wands we're getting. I suppose we should not be surprised. Capricorn, okay. So I am seeing for you that this month you are going to have to make a big decision about something that is actually really important to you. And if that is your rising sign, I'm seeing that having to do with your relationships with other people. If it's your sun sign, it's something that's going to be more personal to you, but definitely external. And then if this is your moon, it's going to be something definitely more internal. You have a really big decision that you need to make this month. And this is a good month to make that decision. I see the energy there for it, but I also see a very strong possibility that you will either wait too long to make the decision or end up regretting the decision that you do make. So with that, I have two bits of advice to kind of pass along to you. If you know that this is going to be the case, that there's something that's going to come up, I would say this month, go with your gut. If you have decisions there, don't overthink them. Go with your gut, be willing to move ahead. Don't wait too long. You might miss out on an opportunity. And a lot of times, Two of Wands reverse, guys, can be an opportunity lost out on. So if you have a decision to make and you have an opportunity in front of you, don't wait too long. Make sure that you are taking action on that. Okay, moving forward, Aquarius. Now, Aquarians, the sun is actually directly opposite of where Aquarius is in the sky, so this could be a bit more difficult for you depending on, in different ways, depending on what planet we're looking at there. King of Swords. Okay. So in a month that is all about fire and that idea of having energy that's there to harness, move forward with, I am seeing a time period for you where it's saying, hey, you need to, and once again, it's sometimes funny because I'm seeing the King of Swords. He is a very fixed air card, and Aquarians are very fixed air. That's what you guys are all about. And I'm seeing two things from this. Number one, it is totally okay to go with that. Be yourself. It is all right to overanalyze things, think about things. If the whole world is moving along quickly, you be you. You do what needs to be done for you right now. And I'm also getting a sense of making sure that your ideas are being seen. Don't be afraid to go out there and be loud about what you have to say. But mostly, guys, for Leo season, please be yourselves. Be happy in who you are. Be willing to show yourself to the world. You don't need to wear a mask, okay? Even though the sun is directly opposite of where Aquarius sits in the sky, where this section of the sky is, be willing to be that no matter what. Okay, and then moving on to Pisces. Pisces, okay, this month, I said tons of energy available. Lots of things. If you start this month, the energy is just going to continue, because we are talking about fixed fire. It's just going to go, go, go. This is a busy month for you. If you don't have anything on your plate right now, you better get some things on your plate. And once again, if you're talking about your moon sign, these are going to be things that are more internal, or at least the way that kind of things are coming in and more receptive. Sun and rising signs are going to be a little bit more external. But if you don't have things on your plate right now, get some things on your plate, because this sign is telling me, or this card, excuse me, is telling me that you need to get to work. So this could be a bunch of little things. Okay, and I'm kind of seeing that. It could be one large project for some of you, but for most of you, I'm seeing that this is an excellent month to knock out your to-do list, to do those things that you've been procrastinating on. This is not the time to sit around. Okay, I got that with actually, I got that with Cancer as well. So I guess water signs, don't loaf. Get out there, get things done, but definitely tick off your to-do list. Okay, guys, so that's what I was seeing for all of the signs. I'm going to go ahead and move these, and we will get started with the oracle card. Okay, so on to the second part of the reading. So no matter what zodiac signs you're following, this is where you can get a little bit of extra clarity on this month. Your intuition has a big part to play here. So while I'm shuffling, take a minute, slow your breathing, get into that kind of fuzzy or spacey headspace. And by the way, I really would love to find out what type of people are watching. So leave me a comment if you haven't already. Let me know what sign you're following. Is it your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, and which one that is? I would definitely love to find that out. Okay. So hopefully you have tuned in to your intuition. So what I have here, guys, I have 3 cards. And I'm simply going to go ahead and lay them out on the table. And I need you to just take a deep breath in and out and take a look at these 3 cards. Card number 1, card number 2, card number 3. Which one of these 3 cards is looking right to you today? Which one of these speaks to you today? Okay, so if you chose card number 1, then this oracle card has a message for your heart. If you chose card number 2, this oracle card right here has a message for your head. And then spirit, if you chose card number 3. So let's take a look at the card then and what it is. Okay, beautiful. Interesting. So guys, the tree card is all about grounding, and you can see here the roots going deep down into the earth. So when we see the card of grounding, it is reminding us, a few different things, some themes to keep in mind this month. Number 1, let's make sure that everyone is being connected and staying connected. Make sure you know who you are. Make sure you know your roots. This could be an excellent month for some of you to get reconnected with family or people, or chosen family, people that you haven't seen in a long while. So maybe you need to go ahead and, jump onto social media or pick up the telephone or write a letter and get reconnected. Also get reconnected to yourself. Get reconnected to the earth. Go outside in the middle of the summer or the winter, no matter where you are, and just take a minute to put your hands on the ground or put your knees in the dirt or the snow, as may be. and take a quick minute to feel the earth and get reconnected that way. And also understand what it is to be you personally, individually. You're the only one like you out there. So take a minute to, close your eyes and think and feel your connection to the ground and understand what it means to be you and see the amazing things of you. Because only you know those things that are deep down, internal, where no one else can see them. So, guys, that's what I am seeing for Leo season. Please make sure that you like and hit subscribe so that you will get a notification for next month if you hit that bell. I also do month ahead readings, so if you prefer to look at things by the calendar months, I have those as well. And as a reminder, this is a more general reading for the collective. If you're looking for a more specific one-on-one reading, I do those as well. I can do that for you. Head over to my website, my business page, and see the different things I offer. Hit me up there. The link is going to be below. But thanks again for hanging out with me, guys. Have an amazing Leo season, and I'll see you next time.